Hi, Henk Akmans here, Supply Chain Dynamics, Chapter 10, Travail, Transparency and Trust. Sysdea Gameplay 5, Collaboration and Habituation on both sides. We now leave the level of the individual actors A and B and look at the relations, the relationship quality. And at that relationship level, we can talk about collaboration level and habituation level. The main thing that this model does, this part of the model does to the rest, is habituation. We saw that the degree in which trust is lost depends also on the habituation effect. So if parties know each other really well, then they will be less inclined to interpret a certain action, for instance forecast unreliability, from the other side as a result of cheating. They'll simply say, hey, they can't help it, we know them, we've worked with them a long time. The same is true up here. Also here you've got habituation in the trust of the customer and the supplier. Habituation is indeed how much you are familiar with another person. It can reach a certain maximum. And it can also be, in this case, it actually starts off nicely as these parties start working together, but then drops off. There's only a little change needed in the model to make that a whole different situation. Remember that we clicked in for the demand step size slider, 25% increase in the demand for the products of B. And that leads to this behavior, but if I go back to like 20%, then you see that all of a sudden the collaboration level grows. And why? Because there's all the time an inclination to collaborate with only around a certain increase around here, not such a collaboration. As a result of this, the habituation grows. As a result of that, the habituation that grows, the trust also grows. So small changes in that exogenous parameter of how much the demand for B grows have an important impact on the overall dynamics of the model, as we'll see in a minute. Anyway, to go back to here, so the main thing is how do we get habituation? We get habituation because it grows. By definition, habituation will erode over time. If there isn't any growth, then this will decay with an exponential decay, so first order negative feedback with the implicit goal of 0. But as long as it grows, well, this goes to a certain maximum and of 1. Well, that doesn't really seem to be reaching that. It stays stuck at a very small level anyway of 0.05, nowhere near 1. So a small amount of habituation. And it's probably therefore not so much a habituation effect as it is the effect of reliability in itself that makes this part of the model operate the way it does. But anyway, that's the idea of habituation. So familiarity leads to trust. Familiarity breeds trust, as they often say. And that's the final part of the model that we look into.